I've been on my spiritual journey for over a decade and in ministry for almost the same length of time. And one of the most common questions that I've gotten and still get is, what is my purpose? This and other questions like it are questions that I typically avoid for several reasons. The main reason is that I am aware of my credibility and my ability to persuade. I know that if I were to start telling people what I could see about them concerning their identity, their calling, and their purpose, that they would believe me. And it's not that I don't believe that I'm trustworthy or anything like that. The problem with this is that I don't want to be the reason for anyone else's resolve. I take that topic a bit too seriously. I prefer for people to reach that realization through direct divine encounter rather than through my persuasion. Because the moment, for whatever reason, should they lose faith in me, they will start to lose faith in themselves. And they'll start to question all the other things associated with their calling that they've also associated with me. Am I really this? Did this really happen? And I don't like that. I prefer for your resolve to have nothing to do with me. That way, if you choose to love me or hate me tomorrow, you still have resolve in what you are and what you're called to be. Now, as far as my method, my usual approach to self realization is through intimacy with the royal family, the Elohim, the Anunnaki, the Necharu, the gods. And I find this to be the most secure way of knowing yourself and walking in your calling. Truth is, we have a heavenly mother and father, as well as an older sibling in Yeshua who have the keys to our awakening. I emphasize not only the necessity, but the accessibility of this royal family in most of my teachings, also including the seven spirits who are our assigned tutors in our sonship journey. This is what you'll hear me teach the most. And that's because this, again, is the easiest and most secure method of realization that I know of. It's the very method that I use. However, it isn't what most people are looking for. Many come to me looking for a technique rather than a relationship. And I hesitate to share techniques alone because, as I said earlier, intimacy is the process that I know works the best. Again, this is how I started to have my realizations, my awakenings, my enlightening moments. It came through direct interaction with them. I changed my company and my company changed me. And of course, I have methods on that on my channel already. But today, I will be sharing with you a technique that will allow you to access astral memories, eternal memories, and open you up to receiving clarity concerning your divine identity and purpose. Now, before I share that technique, I want to give you a foundation. We are triune entities, body, soul, and spirit. Our body is designed for the natural world or the universe. Our soul is designed for the astral plane, and our spirit for the spirit world. Your spirit and soul do not live inside of your body, but instead are separate forms that exist in other worlds. Your soul, being the form made for the astral plane, is the form of information, just as the astral plane itself is the world of information, very similar to the internet. The soul is then designed to receive, release, process, and store information. This is where our issues begin. I'll come back to that. The spirit is perfect, has no issues at all. It is eternal. It is the eternal, divine, and original form. The body and natural or universal experience is a projection of the agreements between the soul and the spirit. The problem that we have is that even though our spirits are perfect, our soul struggles to act as a clean channel for that eternal truth. In order for it to actually reach temporality, This happens because the soul is trained by stimuli, meaning that the soul adapts to what it experiences most of the time. What the soul beholds, it becomes, it morphs, it transitions. As a culture, we focus more on what's happening in the world than what's happening in the heavens. And this programs our soul with a distorted image that our body and temporal existence conforms to. Since the spirit is perfect, the solution then becomes to access your spirit's memory concerning your eternal identity. Now, here's the thing about eternity. Eternity isn't past, nor is it future. It's now. It's always. Your spirit or eternal self isn't who you used to be, nor who you're aiming to become. Eternity isn't a place that you used to be, a place that you came from, or a place that you will eventually go. It's who you are right now in the highest reality. This is something that's always occurring, that never stopped. So you're just reconnecting with the version of yourself that's incorruptible, divine, and already seated in heavenly places. You're reconnecting to the part of yourself that is God, rather than becoming God, or rather than becoming divine. So let's talk about the technique. This technique involves your chakras and regular meditation. This is an easy technique. It's very simple. It's going to take a while, but it's a simple technique. So to talk about the chakras are metaphysical organs that connect the soul and the body on an energetic level. There are 114 chakras in total in the system, with 7 of them being major. This is the crown, the first eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. But we'll be focusing on 2. But before I go into detail on that, I want to cover the way that Yeshua, the Supreme Son, Vishnu, taught me to engage the chakra system. Most systems teach you to start with the root chakra, which is the lowest of the 7 main chakras. And from there, you raise the Kundalini energy to the crown chakra found at the top. This is an ascension method that philosophically and energetically raises carnality to divinity. It's a method of transmutation, or simply a method of energetic travel. And this raises carnality to divinity, or earth to heaven. I am a descension teacher, as Yeshua himself is the Lord of descension, avatar science. This starts with you being a divine a divine entity, and it funnels your divinity into carnality, or heaven to earth, on earth as it is in heaven. So the journey changes. Instead of you being something normal that's trying to be greater, you start with being great, and you're bringing that greatness to earth that needs it. A simple principle is that you end where you begin, or as they say, what goes up must come down. If I start you on earth, you will eventually return to it. But if I start you with heaven, you don't struggle to connect with it. The difference is in the beginning, as the beginning shapes the end. So for this reason, we begin with the crown chakra, which is the center associated with divine consciousness and heavenly memory. This technique involves the crown and the first eye. Where the crown is designed to connect you to divinity itself, the first eye is designed to give you metaphysical vision. For this technique, you'll need a quiet and controlled environment. Relax your body. Don't try to assume any spiritual postures, such as the lotus position. Don't try too hard. This technique is best done standing straight up sitting up, or lying down flat. To begin this technique, relax and close your eyes. Ignore your thoughts. Don't try to stop yourself from thinking, as that will only distract you. Instead, refuse to follow any trains of thought and allow them to fizzle out on their own. After your mind has quieted down, focus on the space between the crown and the first eye. The crown is located at the very top of the head, and the first eye is parallel to the space between your eyebrows, but within your head. So on an axis, it would be between your eyebrows and between your ears. Now, the area that I want you to focus on would be the very center of your head, parallel to the middle of your forehead. I don't want you to try and visualize anything or imagine anything. Just focus on that area. Do this for 15 to 45 minutes daily. There are a few side effects to look out for. So your eyes may begin to flutter. You may begin to see flashes of light. You may start to feel energy or pressure build up in your head. Your dreams may become more vivid, and you may start to have visions. As you do this exercise consistently for some time, you'll begin to unlock astral and eternal memories. This taps you into the memories of your soul before it connected to your body, back when it had full recollection and was only beholding the perfection of the spirit and the memories of the spirit itself. You'll find yourself knowing more about yourself. You'll begin to understand your purpose, and your resolve will harden. You will automatically start to get in sync with who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. It'll flow through you. So it is my desire that this exercise brings you into a place of stability concerning your purpose and your identity. For those of you who attempt this method, leave your experiences and testimonies down below. As always, for more information about myself and my other teachings, projects, and other works, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel, as well as the Patreon. All information can be found via the official website, caveofmystery.org. That is all for this session. Be blessed.